Good morning. Welcome to Beginner's Yoga. It's Saturday. Hope everyone's doing well. So we're going to start today in child's pose. So let's just come to the middle of your mat. And once you're there, stay on your hands and knees, and then bring your big toes to touch, and just separate your knees as wide as you feel comfortable, and let your tailbone press down towards your heels. Reach and extend your arms forward, and just rest your forehead down to the mat. And if you have your blocks handy, you can keep them somewhere close so that when you're needing them, you can bring them to your mat. So maybe if your forehead doesn't come down to the mat, you want to let your forehead rest onto the block. And just feel that you're just relaxing your shoulders. So just relax here, not really putting any tension into the pose. And let your head be heavy, let your neck relax, and let the tailbone really press down towards the heel. And then from here, just listen to your breath. So let your breath just flow in and out. Inhale, and then exhaling it out through the back of your throat, but while you're maintaining your mouth staying closed. So the breath is coming in and out through your nose, connecting to that breath. And then just raise your forehead off the mat. Keep your hands extended forward and walk your hands over to the right side, keeping the arms alongside your ears, pressing your left buttock down towards the heel and stretching into the left side of the body. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, sigh it out through your mouth. And one more time, deep inhale through your nose. And exhale, sigh it out through your mouth and lowering your chest. Hold here a few more breaths. Really feel that your left buttock is pushing towards the heel, getting a stretch through the left side body. And then raise your forehead up, walk your hands forward, and take it all the way over to the left side, taking it just as far as comfortable, pressing your right buttock down towards the heel. Make sure those arms stay alongside the ears. We're going to take a nice deep breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out and sink a little lower. And again, deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Press your chest closer to the mat. Right hip moves towards the heel. Stay here. Just try to relax into that stretch. And always remember, just take your postures to where you feel that you're intensifying the stretch, where you're comfortable, not where you're feeling that you're in pain. And let's walk the hands forward. As you come forward, we're going to take the knees together. So we're going to come back in a tabletop position. Both palms are flat and fingers are spread wide. Keep your shoulders directly over your palms and allow the knees to stay directly under your hips. You want to pull your shoulders back. And then from here, let's start to circle the body around. So as we circle the body around, we're just kind of loosening up the hips a little bit and really opening through the shoulders and the wrists. You'll feel it in your wrists. Make sure that you're breathing nice and slow in and out through the back of your throat. And then take your circles and go the opposite direction. So you're extending forward. Try to keep the tailbone pressing towards the back of your mat rather than pressing it down towards your heels. And then returning back to center. And from here, let's curl the toes. We're going to lift the knees, take it up into a down dog. We're not going to hold it here for that long. We're just going to walk forward, coming to the very top of your mat. So allow yourself to come to the very top of your mat. Bring your big toes to touch. Slide your hands up your shins and pull your belly into the back of the spine. And make sure your back stays nice and long. So try not to arch the back, really pull the belly in and try to flatten out the lower back. And from here, your shoulders are pulling back away from the ears. Take your head, turn to look right, and look back to the floor, and turn to look left, and down to the floor, and turn right, and to the floor, and turn left. To the floor one more time, turning right, and look down, and turn left. And looking down. From here, put a slight bend in your knees. Take your arms out to the side and raise yourself up, starting to straighten your legs. As you straighten your legs, reach your arms up to the ceiling and bring your hands down to the center of your heart and let your thumbs come right into your chest. Hold here. Close your eyes. I'm taking this time now to just set an intention perhaps for your practice. So maybe you feel very stiff or tight, so allow yourself to just have that intention be to be a little open and just allow whatever experience to happen. Just let it flow through you rather than feeling it forcing through you. Take a moment to maybe notice the chest, the heart beating through your chest into your thumbs. And if your eyes are open and you want to let them stay closed, that's fine. But if you feel that when you close your eyes you get dizzy, then just open them. But bring your chin down to the chest and look towards the thumbs. And slowly return your chin level with the mat. Let your eyes open. Raise both arms all the way up. Inhale. Once the hands come together, open them out to the side. Exhale and bring them down. Keeping the shoulders pulling down when you're lowering the arms. Inhale, turn the palms up. Keep the shoulders from that lower back. From here, take a little back bend. Keep your belly pulled in. Inhale. And then on your exhale, extend forward. And keep raising your knuckles up. As you come into this forward bend, try not to round through your shoulders. So you want to pull those shoulders back. So don't let the shoulders hunch to the ears. Just take your stretch with your forward fold with your stretch, keeping the legs straight. So rather than bending your legs, just fold and keep feeling your hips pulling back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. From here, put a slight bend in your knees and sweep your arms forward as we release into chair pose. Let the arms extend. Try to bring them as close to your ears as possible and really get that tailbone down. Make sure that you're able to see your toes. So if you look down and you can't see your toes, pull your knees back slightly. Maybe lifting your toes off the floor to feel a little bit more of a balance so that you can maybe even go a little deeper into the pose. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Feeling the challenge in those legs. 2 more breaths here. Gaze up towards where the wall and the ceiling meet. Sit that butt down a little lower. And then on your next inhale, stand straight up. Exhale, release the arms all the way down. Turn the palms out to the side and lift. So take your time as you bring the arms up. Maybe even let your eyes close if you want. And just feel your arms as they float up. Once the palms come together, open out to the side. And we'll do that one last time. And when your arms come out to the side, just keep them alongside your body. And once they're alongside your body, you want to turn the hands slightly open, facing forward. And make sure your big toes are touching. Your shoulders are pulling down away from your ears, finding our Tadasana mountain pose. Draw the navel into the back of the spine. Pull those shoulders down away from your ears and feel the energy reaching out through the tips of your fingers to the earth. Letting your eyes remain closed if you're comfortable doing that. Once again, taking a moment just to notice the heart beating. Maybe you can feel that little deeper increased energy flowing through your body. So the breath is the way that we manage that energy. So we want to really get our body energized and warmed up as much as possible. And keep sending that leg back. You want that right knee to stay over your ankle and lower the left knee down to the mat. Toes come flat on your left foot and bring them under, and the shoulders pull down away from the ears. So really pull the navel into the back of the spine, making sure that you're really not overarching that lower back. Gaze is slightly up, and you have the option, if you'd like, you can bring your arms all the way up. And if the arms can come together, maybe you can clasp the fingers and make steeple fingers here. But if not, just stay here with your hands on your right thigh and roll those shoulders down. So we don't want the shoulders hunching up. So if you bring your arms up and the shoulders are really lifting towards your ears and your chest is caving in, open the chest by maybe bringing the hands down onto the thigh. And then bring both hands down on either side of your right foot. Curl your back toes. And now as you curl the back toes, we're going to sit back towards that left heel. This is going to stretch the sole of the left foot and also stretch into the right hamstring. So let that right foot flex, pull the right hip back, and press the back of the knee to the floor. Try to get that right leg as straight as possible. So depending on your flexibility, You may be standing straight up with your shoulders over your hips, or you may be slightly forward, but really try and get that right leg to go straight. Feel that openness coming into the knee to lift up and bring that left foot forward. Taking the right leg, you're either going to lift it up or slide it back. You're going to place it back as far as you can and just continue to wiggle until you feel where your edge is, where your stretch is for this lunge. Let the right knee lower, flatten the toes on your right foot, and both hands are going to come now onto your left side. Sink your pelvis down, tuck your tail under, and press your hips forward. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, so we want the chest to stay open and lifted. And you can always bring your arms out and up, as long as you're not rounding through the back and hunching your shoulders to the ears. So really expand open. Maybe you can't bring your arms together, so just experiment with what feels right for you, but make sure that you get that space through your chest and through the shoulders. Sinking that pelvis down, tucking the tail under, and deep breath here. Inhale. Exhale, both hands on either side of your left foot. The right toes curl. So we're going to sit the right buttock towards the heel to stretch through the right sole of the forward, bringing your chest towards the left thigh. Really feel that you're pulling your left hip back. So when you feel that you're moving your left hip back, it's going to increase the stretch in through that left hamstring. Try to keep that back, that extended leg as straight as possible so that you feel the stretch. And then slowly walk your hands back around either side of your left foot. We're going to take the right knee off the mat and bring the right foot forward and coming back to our forward bend. Inhale, let the arms come out to the side. Raise yourself up, bring your hands together in prayer, and bring the hands down to the side. Every once in a while, perhaps return back to the intention that you set. Maybe it's just doing the best you can, which is what you should always try when you come to your mat. Always enter with a beginner's mind. Some poses may be very challenging, others may not be very challenging. So remember, every day is different. Listen to the sound that your breath is making, so just hear your breath as it travels in and out through the back of your throat. And slowly bring your chin level with the mat and let the eyes open if they're closed. Bring both arms all the way up. Inhale. Reach and stretch up with your fingers. We're going to take a big step with the right foot going back, and you're going to turn to the right side of the mat, the large side of your mat, the wider edge. So turn the toes so that they're facing towards that longer edge of your mat, and bring your arms out in T position. Make sure the toes are still facing towards the mat, the long edge of the mat, not the corners of your mat. Interlace your fingers behind you, stretch your knuckles down towards the mat and pull them away from your butt. So we're taking a wider forward fold, just a little bit of a variation from the forward fold when the legs were together. And you're going to come forward, keep the belly in, let the crown of the head drop towards the floor, but keep pulling your shoulders back and tucking your tail under. Remember, we want to prevent the lower back from arching. And just stretch down as best as you can without bending through the hamstring. Keep lifting the knuckles up. And then slowly come back up, and let's keep the belly pulled in. You're going to hinge from your hips, come all the way up, taking a little back bend here. As you lift your chest, keep the belly drawn into the back of the spine, and then return back to center. From here, take both arms and extend them all the way up. So our left foot is going to turn to the front edge of your mat. So you're going to turn that left foot towards the front edge of your mat. Make sure the toes are completely facing that the front of your mat. And bend your left leg, open the arms out in T for our warrior two position. The left side remains directly over the mat, and the knee is over the ankle. So if you notice that your knee is going beyond your toes, you need to either walk the left foot forward a little more or bring your right leg back. And press that pelvis down. Relax both shoulders. Nice deep inhale and exhale. And keep holding here. Really feel that stretch into the inner thighs, opening the inner thighs away from the mat. So you want to draw the energy to the outer thighs Breathe here. Push down into the edge of your right foot. So as we hold, and the longer we hold, we start to really notice that we're doing a lot of work, even though it looks like we're just standing here. But you can start to feel that work happening. So bring both arms up, look towards the side of your mat, and then you're going to turn the feet the other direction. So your right toes are going to now turn towards the back of the mat, taking your warrior two here. So slight adjustment with the left foot. The left toes are angled and facing more towards the large edge of your mat, angled maybe at about a 45-degree angle. Your right knee is over the ankle, the thigh is parallel to the mat, shoulders are down away from the ears, and you're looking down, fingers of your right hand. Make sure your knees are not drawing down to the mat. Your inner thighs are working and opening to the outer thighs. And stay with your Ujjayi breath. Maybe hearing that breath really getting a little more intense because we're holding this pose. So we're going to hold here. Try to soften the shoulders. You don't want your shoulders lifting to the ears. You want to draw the shoulders down and really allow the shoulder blades to kind of squeeze together to take the tension out of the shoulders completely. Make sure that you're breathing. You're starting to feel that work in that right thigh. So holding here. So when we start to feel that intensity, that's when we know that we're working hard, even though it looks like we're not really doing much of anything. So now we're going to straighten that right leg, and we're going to bring both arms up. So once again, both toes are going to face towards the long edge of your mat. Bring the arms out to the side, interlace your fingers behind you once again. We're going to take that forward fold. So stretch your knuckles down, lift your chest for a back bend, and fold forward. Keep the back nice and long. Opening up those hips, lift up, and you're letting those hamstrings stretch. Pull the shoulders back away from your ears. Go as deep as you can where you're comfortable in that stretch. Keep lifting the knuckles up. Both legs are straight. And then lifting up, pull the belly in, come up with a flat back. So just hinge from your hips. Take a little back bend. Keep those knuckles away from your buttocks. And release back center. Release the arms all the way up. You're going to turn the left foot towards the front of the mat once again. And you're going to pivot onto a lunge. So first bring your arms out to the side, pivoting onto a lunge. So you're rotating onto the right ball mound of your right foot, and then allow that right knee to lower and let the toes come flat, bringing both arms all the way up. Lift up through the fingers, and from here, we're going to take the arms forward and down on either side of your left foot. Now here you may need the block. We're going to take a little bit of a twist. So you're going to bring the right hand onto the block, whatever level feels right for you. If you can manage keeping the hand on the floor, that's fine. But what you're going to do is stretch your left arm forward, and you're going to rotate your chest towards the left. Keep pulling the left knee in towards your right inner arm. So you don't want the left knee to splay out to the side. You want to pull it in. So wherever you are, your chest is open. You want to keep, and then bring that left hand down and remove the block. We're going to curl onto the back toes, taking it back to that lunge position. So this is where the challenge is going to come in. So you're going to press through the heel. See if you can squeeze your inner thighs together and come up, lift the arms up. And then you're going to turn facing towards the long edge of your mat once again and pivoting over to the right. So you're going to the back. Right toes are facing the back of the mat. Arms are out in T, and you're turning onto the ball of your left foot. So you're in the high lunge. Let your left knee lower. Bring your arms up. So go ahead and try to find your block. You should try and bring your block with you. So now we're facing the back of the mat. I'm going to bring the hands down on either side of your right foot. Let the block come to the right big toe, and the left hand comes onto the block, whatever position feels good. And then from here, take your right arm, extend it forward, right hip back. So as the right hip pulls back, the left knee stays forward. So you don't want it to open out to the right. Look up towards your right hand, and always try and get the shoulders to stack one on top of the other. and bring that hand back down. Curl onto the back toes. Here's going to be our challenge, which is to take the knee off the mat, back into our high lunge. Push back through the left heel. Take your arms out to the side. You're in your high lunge, and then we're going to pivot over to the left as both feet come flat. Turn and angle both toes to the long edge of your mat. Bring your arms up. Inhale, open the arms out to the side, and now we're going to hinge forward. So we're going to continue taking some twists here. Just fold as far as you can. If you have the ability to bring your right hand to the floor, you can take it onto the floor. Otherwise, find your block. Whatever level is you're able to maintain the legs staying straight. So you might need the higher end and just allow the left arm to extend all the way up. So get yourself to stack that left shoulder over the right. Try to keep drawing both hips down to the floor. So try not to turn your left hip up. You want to feel that your right hip is pulling towards the back of you. So you want to let that left arm stay extended, or for a little deeper stretch, you can wrap the left arm around and maybe find that right hip and continue to look up. So wherever you are, keep your belly in. And then raise your left arm up if you had it wrapped around. And we're going to switch sides. You're going to replace your right hand with your left. So bring the left hand right under your nose and sweep your right arm up. Right shoulder stacks over the left. And breathe. Both hips are facing down. So try not to turn and rotate the hips upward. Both legs are nice and straight. So modify wherever your block position is to keep those legs completely straight, no bending in the knees. An option to wrap the arm around if you'd like to reach for the left hip, left side. Pull that right shoulder open. So maybe sometimes it feels better on one side than it does on the other. So you don't have to do exactly the same thing. Just listen to your body. If you have shoulder issues, maybe this tweaks your shoulder a little bit. Raise that right arm back up, and you're going to look down towards your left hand. Bring your arms out in T. Interlace your fingers behind you and fold a little further. Draw the crown of your head towards the mat. So we're really getting those hamstrings to open up today, getting that nice deep stretch while we're increasing the twist, just kind of squeezing and waking up the internal organs. From here, lengthen the spine, pull the belly in, come all the way up. Going to take that back bend once again. Once we're up, lift your chest and slowly return center. Bring both arms all the way up. Turn and pivot onto that left foot. So your left leg is going to be bent. You're going to turn forward, come onto the ball of your right foot, and then just bring the right. Notice that you can hear your heart beating a little faster. You can feel it with your hands, your thumbs. Just breathe here. No judging. So let's release the arms down. We're going to keep the legs about hip distance apart. Now, hip distance apart is generally the size of one of your feet. So if you brought your heel to your big toe, one heel to your opposite big toe, and then lifted that heel and spun it out, place it back down, and that should be about your hip distance apart. Keep your tailbone pressing down. Keep your belly in. Reach your arms out to the side in T position. Pull the shoulders down. Pull your navel into the back of the spine. And then raise both arms up. As you raise both arms up, lift your heels off the floor. Just finding a balance on the balls of your feet. And keep lifting the heels as high as you can get them. And if you feel that every once in a while you have to come back down and then gradually bring yourself back up. Be patient with yourself. Balancing poses can be very challenging. And sometimes on a daily basis, we maybe notice that we're not able to balance on one day, but the next day we have a very beautiful balancing practice. So from here, turn your palms out to the side, bring the arms out and keep them here, keep the heels lifted. Just finding that balance on both the ball mounds of both feet. Lift those heels up a little higher. Lower the arms down, keep your heels lifted. Stretch the tailbone down, pull your belly in, relax the shoulders away from your ears. And then from here, take the arms all the way up. Inhale. Turn the hands out and exhale. As the arms lower down, start to release your heels to the floor. So we balanced on both feet. Now we're going to take a little bit more of a challenge and balance on one leg. So release the arms down. Do the best you can. So don't get too frustrated if you feel that you can't balance. Just keep trying, keep practicing. Sometimes all of a sudden you get it, everything clicks, but sometimes you may be falling. It'll shift. We never have the same experience. So we're going to shift the weight over into the left foot. Lift the toes of your left foot off the mat and splay them open, spread them wide, and then place them down with the toes really open. See if you can see some mat in between your toes. And then lifting out, feel a sense of raising away from that left ankle and left hip. So the left leg gets long and the energy lifts and rises up. And then start to raise up your right leg. Keep your right ankle. So just trying to find that balance. It's okay, it's natural to start wiggling and wobbling a little bit. When we do that, that's our body looking for the strength that it needs. So here comes our challenge. Bring the arms up, just like we did when we were raised up onto the balls of the feet. Stretch the arms up to the ceiling. It's okay if you have to bring your foot down. Take time to come back to your balance. And then lower the arms down. And release that right foot. So you should feel it in that left leg. So you go ahead and shake it out. Rotate the foot around so get the tension out of the ankle. Come back with both feet flat. And now we're going to lift the toes on the right foot. So you want to press down into the ball mount of your right foot and let the toes splay open wide and then place each toe down, perhaps, and the hip lifts up. And you want to bring the energy over into the right leg. And then start to lift the left leg when you're ready. Keep the left knee directly under your heel and flex the foot. Make sure that left hip pulls down. Keep your gaze forward and just continue to keep your breath moving. And slowly bring the arms out to T and hold here. Just relax your shoulders. So you're feeling that you're grounding through that right foot. Not dumping all the weight down into the foot, but feeling as if you're reaching through your fingertips. Bring the arms out to the side once again. Hold, keep your belly in. And remember, maybe one side feels different. One side you have better balance. If you fall out, come back when you're ready. And then bring your arms back down alongside you. And then very slowly lower the left foot. And take a shake out with that right leg, rotate the foot around. Whatever you need to do to just spread that energy around. And let's bring both arms all the way up. Inhale and fold and reach and extend your arms. So option to bring the block underneath your forehead if you need to. And slowly come up. So we're going to come back onto the hands and knees. And once you're there, knees will open out more and the hips will open up a little bit further. So we always want to try and make sure that we're able to get space. So if you're sitting on your block, gives you the ability to get length and space through your spine, do that. So you want to sit down wherever you're comfortable. And if you're sitting on the floor and through the spine, you don't want to reach the right hand back and then bring your body back. If your body goes back, if your hand goes back, your spine still stays straight. The crown of your head would still be just above your tailbone. So if your hand comes back, that's fine. You can bring it in close to the tailbone and let your chest start to open just to where you feel comfortable. Check in with your shoulders and then just gently close your eyes. And just watch and feel your breath traveling in. Take the tension out of your body. Notice where you're feeling that little squeeze here. So we're getting the toxins out from the body by squeezing the internal organ. Just working on a little bit of these twists this morning. And then open your eyes and release, coming center. Both arms are going to lift. Inhale, and we're going to take our twist, turning to the left. Right hand finds the left knee, and the left hand comes behind. If the hand comes back, that's fine as long as the crown of the head stays over your tailbone. So don't release into your twist, hunching over and coming over as your body goes a little deeper. So really explore what's possible in the moment and not feeling that you're forcing something that's not really doing you any good. So if you're forcing it, it's probably not going to feel comfortable, and it's probably going to be more harmful than beneficial. And so let the distance apart, and we're going to roll ourselves down. So do the best you can by keeping your arms forward. Pull your belly into the back of the spine, tilt your pelvis, and slowly start to roll one vertebra down at a time. So if you have very weak abdominal muscles, you might feel that you start to lose the control onto the floor. So now we're going to take the right leg and lift it all the way up to the ceiling. Flex the right foot and really feel that stretch through the back of your hamstring. So really intend on pushing the back of your knee forward and the heel of your foot up to the ceiling as the toes look down towards your face. And then point your toe and flex your foot and point and flex. Point and flex. Let's circle the foot around from the ankle. Nice big circle going one direction, and then circle the foot around going the other way. Just try not to move the leg, just your foot. And then relax the foot and just place that ankle just below your left knee on top of your left thigh. Pull your navel into the back of the spine, so you're going to feel the lower back pushing down to the floor, creating a pelvic tilt. Now keep your belly squeezed in. Release your left foot. I want your head to lift off the floor. So try to keep your whole back nice and long. If you can't hold the hands, you can just let the foot stay back of the spine. And as your belly is pulling in, raise your right foot off the floor, pushing that right thigh into your left ankle. Now, if you feel that that's intense enough, then just stay here and hold that. But if you want a little more of an edge, just interlace the fingers behind your right thigh and pull in. Wherever you are, the back is completely on the floor and the back of your head stays on the floor. So we're not lifting our head. That right thigh is pushing into the ankle, maybe by guiding a little bit more here. Let's take both legs, extend them all the way up to the ceiling, flexing the feet. So now we're pressing the backs of the knees forward, flexing the toes towards the face, and heels reach to the ceiling. So with the legs flexed, let's open the legs out nice and wide in a V shape. So in stretching the insides of your legs, and just place your hands into the insides of your legs just below your knees, but really maintain the straight leg. So even if your legs are just slightly in a V position, keep the legs straight and let them open up as long as they remain straight. So don't start to bend them. Really keep the feet flexed so that you feel the increase of stretch in through the groin area and the inner thigh. And then take your hands behind to the outside of your thighs. Close your legs together. And then bring both knees into your chest. Hug them in. Rock gently side to side. And keeping the thighs into your chest, bring both arms out in T. Relax your shoulders. Turn your palms to the floor. Draw your navel into the spine. Take an inhale. And with your exhale, gently let your knees rotate over to the right, and just let that left shoulder not lift off the floor. So if you can't get your right leg down, maybe you have your block handy, you can bring your block so that your right leg can rest onto the block. So rather than having your leg just hanging out in space, you want your legs to maybe find some place to rest, whether it's on your block or if they can come down to the floor, bring them down to the floor. And also try to let your feet come off the mat, come onto the floor as well. So if your knees are on the block, just let your ankles fall down. Let the left shoulder relax, and then turn your gaze, look to the left, and close your eyes. So you want to feel a stretch opening in through the left side of your body. Just breathe here. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Really experience the space that the twist is giving you. And once again, knowing that we're squeezing those toxins out of the body. And then bring your head back to center. Take just your left leg up and bring your right leg to follow. So bring both knees together. Hug in one more time, rocking it gently side to side. And then if you're going to need the block, just switch the block over to the other side. I'm going to bring the arms out in T, and you're going to let the knees slowly draw over to the left side. Have that block handy so the left leg can come onto the block. So you want to feel wherever that comfortable position is so that when you're in the twist, the right shoulder is down and you'll feel the stretch through the right side. Just try to relax the feet, the ankles, wherever you are. Just let that space stretch open into that right side. And then gently turn your gaze to look over the right fingers and close your eyes. Just feel your body surrendering into the twist. So it probably feels really good to open up into this stretch. And slowly bring your head center and just the right leg. Squeeze your belly into the spine. Lift the leg. Once it's lifted, you're going to take your left leg, bring it up, and hug both knees into the chest. Bring it down. And from here, lift once again. Knees, nose into the knees. And pull it in. So we're going to bring both feet flat on the floor. We're going to finish up with a bridge pose to strengthen that back. So it's important to really strengthen our back. Sometimes we have a lot of issues with our back. So when you have really a lot of issues with your back, most of the time it's the forward bends that exacerbate those issues. The back bend should be pretty safe for you. So you want to pull your belly in. But if you also have the block, this can also give you some assistance as well. So whatever side of the block, maybe the flattest side is easier for you, you can place it right, lift your hips and place it right under your sacrum. And then that can be your bridge pose. So it's a little bit of an elevation of your hips. Maybe it's the middle side, or if you want, you could even go for that other, the very high one. But that's only if you're really not able to. If you get up that high and you want that support, you can do that. Otherwise, just keep your feet flat on the floor and make sure your toes are forward and lift your hips up. Keep your chin into the chest. Never move your head when you're in this posture. You don't want to put any strain on your neck. Keep your gaze up to the ceiling, chin into the chest, and lift. So if you don't have the block underneath you, maybe you want to bring the arms under and see if you can interlace your fingers. Really lift yourself up rather than using the prop. So the props are there not to be reliant on them all the time, but to make you start to feel comfortable so that you don't need to use them anymore. And eventually you won't find that you need them. And keep lifting up and then release your arms if the hands are together. And then take your block out. And we're going to keep the belly pulling in, keep the pelvic tilt, lower down one vertebra at a time. So really feel each vertebra coming slowly to the floor. Keep the belly drawn into the back of the spine, finally noticing your sacrum coming down, and then just let your tailbone release. Both knees hug into your chest, once again rocking gently from side to side, taking that nice gentle massage in your lower back. And now we'll take relaxation shavasana, our final pose. Bring your feet to the floor. If you want to put any warm clothing on, you can do that now. Let both legs extend forward and let the legs be about hip distance apart. Take your arms and open them slightly away from your body, maybe about 6 or 7 inches away, and turn your palms to the ceiling. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Feel your chest lift and then just relax your shoulders. Close your eyes. So once you get into your position where you're feeling relaxed, you want to really try and let go here. So let everything go. So we're going to take a couple of cleansing breaths to let go of anything that we might still be holding on to. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And then open your mouth and sigh it out. And again, deep inhale through your nose. And open your mouth, sigh it out. And one more time, deep inhale through your nose. And when you sigh it out, really feel as if you're pushing out every bit of used air. Really push away, get all that stale air out from the bottom of your lungs. Close your lips. Let your body relax. And continue to keep your eyes closed. Your natural breath. And just notice your body lying on the floor. continue to watch your breath so that just relaxing into that saying, I am perfect the way I am. If you feel that you want to let go of the invocation, you can let that go. Feeling right now? Are you feeling relaxed and at peace? Being perfect the way you are. Very slowly begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers. So find some movement as it enters into your body, moving whatever feels natural to move. Start to deepen that movement, maybe rotating the wrists and the ankles. And when you're ready, on a nice deep inhale, reach and extend the arms all the way over your head as you exhale out any sigh sounds or moans. And then gently take those knees and hug them into your chest. Slowly rock it out from side to side. Get a nice gentle massage on your back, rolling all the way over to the right side of your mat. And once you're there, just lie comfortably in a fetal position. Let your head rest on your inner right arm. And let your left hand just stay on the floor in front of your chest. So stay here for another few moments. And then when you feel ready, press into your left hand and guide yourself up slowly. Try to keep your chin into the chest as you come up to a seated position. And once you sit up, try to sit up nice and tall. Again, if you need your block, you can bring it underneath your buttocks. And just sit up nice and tall and place the ceiling. We're just going to stay here in a little bit of a meditation for a little while, just invoking in some light and healing energy. So sometimes we feel that we have no control over anything, but we do have control over our breath and how we direct that breath into the body. And maybe taking a little time to meditate can give you a sense of more of feeling in control and just feeling perfect the way you are. So closing your eyes, draw your navel into the back of the spine. And just let your breath be slow and smooth. And then allow yourself to see a beautiful orb of white, bright light of energy. See that circling right rays up through the crown of your head. So just see it hovering right above the crown of your head, swirling around your head. Feel yourself getting a little longer from the base of your spine and feel that you're reaching the crown of your head up towards that energy as it now starts to become like a sphere or a sphere of light that's extending higher up, moving towards your higher self, lengthening up towards the infinite sky. Start to let that light travel down from above through the crown of your head, through your spine, and then rooting down all the way into the base of your spine, grounding to the earth, so that you feel space and openness and light throughout your body. So now that white light is now circling through your body and just kind of spiraling down, letting your body be healed and open with this light of energy. Maintaining that straight spine, start to let that sphere of light start to slowly flow down from the universe, coming closer and closer as it just hovers around the crown of your head once again, creating a sphere of light. And then bring it back into your eyes, into the third eye, just seeing that light. And then let that light just be a little flicker. And once you've allowed that light to just be a little slight beam or a little flicker that you can see, bring your hands together in prayer and vigorously rub your hands together. Create heat and energy in your palms. So really get those hands to heat up. And then place your hands cupping them over your eyes. Feel your eyes being soothed and bathed. Slowly and gently lower your chin to your chest, bowing to the light and love that shines within you. Know that that light and